No, that would have been great to kind of figure it out that way. But obviously the table's being set in that way. But I love to play football. I love for my play to do the talking. And at the end of the day, I think the chips will fall where they're going to be. And like I said, whatever happens.
No funny intro this time around. Let's get right into it. Trey Hendrickson has requested a trade from the Cincinnati Bengals, and they've granted him permission to seek a trade. Now, the Bengals are trying to pay all three of these big names, Trey Hendrickson, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. It would appear Trey Hendrickson is the odd man out. They've tagged T. Higgins. They've been saying they want to get a long-term deal done. Jamar Chase is obviously a priority for them as well to extend. Trey Hendrickson might be the odd man out, 30 years old, wants a new deal, has wanted a new deal for a few years now, and they've just sort of not given it to him. I don't know why. He's been one of the best pass rushers in the league, so it's quite puzzling. But then again, we've seen in the past many players have had issues with the Cincinnati Bengals, and if you do a bit of research, you can actually see how poor their scouting department is. It's not very big at all, so definitely a mess, a complete mess of an organization. So now that Trey Hendrickson has been granted permission to seek a trade, let's look into whether the Cardinals should trade for him. I think it's an absolute no-brainer that yes, the Cardinals should be in on Trey Hendrickson. Usually I'm an advocate for going and not trading for players like 30 plus, but this is different. Trey Hendrickson is a different beast. He's gradually gotten better and better and better throughout his career. Last year he was one of the most dominant pass rushers in the league, and quite frankly, given that he wants a new deal, I think you can get him for a cheaper price compared to, say, a Micah Parsons or a Myles Garrett, and probably what the Max Crosby trade was going to look like if he had become available. Now, per Louis Riddick from ESPN, Trey Hendrickson in 2024, third in pressure percentage, first in sacks and sack percentage, third in pass rush win rate. Trey Hendrickson the year prior, 7th in pressure percentage, tied second in sacks and number 1 in sack percentage, and 11th in pass rush win rate. Most importantly though, something I value very highly is he has not missed a game, and he has started every game in the past 2 seasons. He's played 72.5% of snaps in 2024 and 67.8% of snaps in 2023. So he's the complete opposite of Joey Bosa, whose name has been popping up on Cardinals Twitter as someone the Cardinals should go for. I get it. You just want to do a short-term deal, an incentive deal, play him less snaps so he's healthy. No, guys, come on. Like, the last 3 seasons, Joey Bosa has played less than 30% of the games. Like, let's not do this. Trey Hendrickson is a different beast. He's healthy, he's available, he's in the prime of his career, and the Cardinals should definitely look into acquiring Trey Hendrickson. If we look on PFF, ESPN, PFF slightly different in terms of their numbers and statistics. In terms of pass rush grade, Trey Hendrickson was number 5 behind Micah Parsons, Nick Herbig, Myles Garrett, and Aiden Hutchinson. So these aren't any chumps. These are elite pass rushers. So he was number 5 with a grade of 90.4. Again, I'm looking at the regular season. A few players would have played a bit more in the postseason, so they might have inflated numbers. Trey Hendrickson didn't play in the postseason, so I'm just going to go off the regular season for these sort of numbers. When you look at total pressures, he was number 1 with 83, tied with Myles Garrett. That's right, tied with Myles Garrett, the best defensive player in the league. In terms of sacks, now PFF do it slightly differently when it comes to sacks. They don't award half sacks, they just give credit for a full sack. So per PFF, he had 18 sacks in 2024, which ranked number 1. Second place was 15, so 3 sacks above second place for Trey Hendrickson. And he was third in QB hits with 16. So again, he's basically top 5 in all of these metrics for PFF in terms of getting to the quarterback. One issue the Cardinals defense had. Now, the defense for the Cardinals definitely overachieved for the personnel they had, and they were quite solid given the roster. The biggest issues with the Cardinals defense was we were second last in pass rush grade. We were bottom 4 in third down defense, and we were bottom 4 in pass rush win rate. We need a closer. Trey Hendrickson is a closer. Trey Hendrickson knows how to find his way and sack quarterbacks. This would be a great addition to the Cardinals defense, and not only would it increase our pass rush productivity, but most importantly, I think adding a guy like Trey Hendrickson would also lead to an increase in turnovers, where we didn't have too many turnovers last season. Our turnover ratio was not where you sort of want it to be contending. And I think Trey Hendrickson ticks a lot of boxes, solves a lot of issues for this team. I think it's an absolute no-brainer to go trade for him. Now, what the compensation is going to look like. It's been reported that he wants $28 million or more. Given that Brian Burns went for a second-round pick and then he was given $30 million per year from the Giants. However, Brian Burns is slightly younger. Trey Hendrickson is 30, and sometimes when it comes to trading for a player, you're not actually trading for the player himself, you're trading for the contract of that player. So given the fact that he wants 28 to 30 million, that could slightly reduce the cost of what you're sending over to the Bengals. I think a third and a fifth probably gets this done. If you're looking at something a bit higher, you can send a second round pick and probably get a late round pick coming back, or maybe a late round pick swap, something like that. We don't have a 6th round pick, so I don't know, maybe we send them our 7th, we get their 6th, and we send them the 2nd round pick. But again, this is a no-brainer. If they can get this done, this would be an A+ move. Again, I'm always weary when it comes to trading for players 30 or above, but Trey Hendrickson is a different kettle of fish. He is an absolute beast. He's in the prime of his career. He's available. He's healthy. He's elite at what he does in terms of getting to the quarterback. So this is a no-brainer for me. If the Cardinals can get this done, this is an A+ move. It strengthens not only the D-line, but the back 7 as well. It makes the back 7 better, makes the front 7 better. It makes the defense better. And Trey Hendrickson could be that missing piece that the Cardinals are looking for. Trey Hendrickson. Is he the answer to the Cardinals' pass rush woes?